Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia, I put in the email when I sent this to you an 8.5-point favorite. I just checked. The line has shifted down to 8. So we'll keep it that Georgia 8-point favorite for College Game Day. Let's do Pete, Bill, Rece.
I'm taking the Vols and I'm taking them to win. I'm going to take them to win outright. Like I'm not involved in the Superdog shenanigans, but I feel like where Tennessee is strongest, Georgia is weakest, and that's on the perimeter. And too many teams that don't have Tennessee's skill felt like they could exploit that Georgia perimeter. So I am staying with Hyatt. I am riding with Cedric Tillman, and I am taking Tennessee for the seismic upset that would likely cement them in the SEC title game and really, barring anything unforeseen, give them a playoff bid.
Yeah, it'd feel really weird not picking Tennessee right now, just because, they've already won the biggest Tennessee-Florida game in 20 years. They've won the biggest Tennessee-Alabama game in like 30 years. They had the perfect trap game set up last week with a really physical team that seemed to be able to challenge them in a lot of ways that maybe they hadn't been challenged, and they played their best game of the season by far in destroying Kentucky. So they're rolling right now, and I'm going to pick against them. I'm going with Georgia because I just think they're better still. I think this is Georgia's biggest issue this year is just attention span issues as much as anything. Like once they decide, okay, well, it's time to go score, they go score every single time. And their defense, obviously without Nolan Smith, that's going to be, we're going to find out if Tennessee can force them to blitz a little bit. They don't really blitz. They don't really pressure the quarterback. They just let you commit to what you're doing. And then they pursue with, absurd speed and gang tackle and all those things that those Alabama defenses used to do. So we're going to find out exactly how much you can test them, especially on the edge. Like Pete said, I'm just going to, this is like my old Alabama rule. When in doubt, pick the heavyweight and until you have a reason not to. So I'm going Georgia.
I was really hoping when you said it would be weird to pick against Tennessee. I had a line loaded up in my head and everything. I was going to say, well, let's get weird because
I already did.
Because I'm picking Georgia. All of the things are true about Tennessee. There's definite 2019 LSU vibes with this team, with the old quarterback and the explosive receivers and sort of rising up out of nowhere. But I think Georgia has been overlooked and underappreciated, and weaknesses overly magnified. And I think that they have a little bit of an attitude about it. And the one thing that no one has been able to do this year is to make Hendon Hooker get rid of it and fit it in the keyhole. I'm going to gamble that Georgia can do that. I wish the spread were a little smaller, to be honest, because I do think Tennessee is going to put up probably minimum 31 points. Going to take in the neighborhood of 40 to win it at least. So I'm worried about the number for sure, but I'm picking Georgia to win. And if I'm going to do that, I'm not going to worry about the number. So I'll take the dogs to cover it, probably barely if they do.
Yeah, I assumed this would be a Georgia -6.5 line. Like that just felt out perfect for this game, and it ended up a little higher than that.
We may end up there on Saturday. Just a hunch. Friends in arid regions.
Yep.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.